Good afternoon, caller. You are live on Working For You.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm here listening to the program. You are talking about restaurant.
We are talking about Restaurant Week.
Restaurant
Yes.
week, okay. I would like to see more young people, our man and woman, young man and woman, in the restaurant them working, because we got too many young man and woman up and down idling and doing all kind of work where I think that should have got in a restaurant or in a hotel. You see some of them on the pep cutting grass. You see some of them doing all kind of things when they could have trained by that same pep program. And in some restaurant working as a bartender or working as a waiter or doing some cashing or something. You know, when you go around, and it's so sad to see that when I go around sometimes in a restaurant in town to have a drink or have something to eat, I see most foreigners in there working. And sometimes I go to the Frigate Bay area to go out. You know, I see some foreigners again working. I'm not saying that local ain't working, but more local more young man and woman need to fill up the restaurant them. You know, instead of doing those jobs. Nothing wrong with cutting grass or whatever. But I think every job important, especially when you got a skill. Because cutting grass is not a skill. That is just a temporary work for them to get some money in their hand. But if you got a skill, working in a hotel or a bartender, doing something, you can leave your country and go anywhere to work. Look how we got free movements now. You can go to Barbados, you can go to Trinidad, you can go to the OICS and get a job. That is what I would like to see in this country, our young man and woman train. All right then, good program.
Okay, thank you, caller, for that contribution. So, who wants to respond? We have another call. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. You are live. Hello.
Afternoon.
Can you turn down your radio, please?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When I say about people who cut grass, something I was talking about neither, and I give people who come from overseas them Spanish work too. Eh?
Okay.
That was happened to in St. Kitts right now. Spanish get work in Ari, and I work. I'm going to get work after accommodation, bring relation after this. That's true. That is true.
Okay, caller. I want to thank you for your contribution.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we don't have any more callers on the line at the moment, so we have 2 comments. The phone lines are going off, so let's go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. You are live on Working For You.
Hello?
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 Yes.
Yes,
Good
you are
afternoon.
live. Yes.
I hear you are talking about agriculture. Who doing this agriculture? Who will plant this food?
Who is planting the food?
Yeah.
Well, for Restaurant Week, if I stand to be corrected, most of the persons who participated got produce from local farmers.
I wish to see how much I'm going to do agriculture in this island.
Okay.
I really wish you could see that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your contribution. Okay. So, Mrs. Martin, you were saying,
like the gentleman, I really would like to see a lot of young people working.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but a lot of it is, people have to take the initiative. You have to go out. You have to make sure that you get yourself trained, as you said, get the necessary skills, and be willing to put in the effort and the time and so on to make sure that you hold down a job. In all likelihood, people are not going to come into your homes and drag you out. You have to go about, trying to make yourself get the necessary qualifications. That is what I would recommend that young people do. You can do like Anastasia Elliott here. Anastasia is saying, listen, I wanted to start my own business. So what my mother and I have done, we began planting for ourselves. We realized that, just planting and trying to sell the food, that there was a lot of wastage. So we came up with a way to make sure that we got into jams and preserves and, ways of making sure that we had salad dressings and that kind of thing. So I want us to get out of the idea that somebody owes you a job. Yes, some persons are going to get hired. The market is a bit stretched. Everybody is going to get hired, but it's about being creative and coming up with ways in which you can make a living, right? That would be my take on the whole thing.
Anastasia, do you have any advice to young persons who are looking for employment?
I would say I just went on this summit, the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. And one of the things that came out from that summit, from a lot of these, you will call them established entrepreneurs, people like Airbnb and Facebook and stuff like that, is that job creation is coming from people like me, people like you, people like Chukapo, not big businesses. It's very hard for them to innovate. It's very hard for them to put out something new. But someone like me, I'm on the ground. I can see the problem that idea. I can come up with an innovative solution to that problem. It doesn't have to be something that you need a lot of money. $5 you can start a business with if you want to. So as young people, we have to go beyond just trying to look for a job and start to think that what am I good at that I could use to benefit not just myself but other people, that I can turn into a viable source of income. And that is where we have to go. And again, I think we have to take pride in what we're doing as well. I mean, yeah, you're cutting grass, but you can take that into landscaping where you're going to beautification of an area. You don't have to just stay cutting grass.
And we need persons to cut grass.
We have all these areas around and it's beautifying anyway. So get into it. And you're creating a job right here, not just for you, but for other people, because you're going to need help eventually. Because you can't do it all on your own. And right there, we could actually start to create jobs for our people.
Yep. With this, I wanted to go to you, Capo, with this discussion, because now you are a videographer / everything.
No, I'm not a videographer.
But
cinematographer.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that goes back to what Mrs. Morton was saying that we need. But when I finished school, that never crossed my mind as an opportunity that was available to me, right? Because there weren't anybody making films in St. Kitts, and I'm sure at your time you were alone basically when you started out, or there were just a few. So what motivated you to want to do that, even though there wasn't really an avenue for that in St. Kitts at the time? Okay,
let me just give you the history. Okay, you were surprised. When I finished with school, I never saw film as something I wanted to do either. Basically happened like 2 years after I finished with school, when I started to work for a company. I just developed the interest in filmmaking, and I did some research and noticed that content produced here wasn't really having much content produced, so I just took it upon myself to start producing stuff. Yeah. So.
Young people listening.
Yeah.
So what? Exactly.
Young people are listening. You hear what he said? He saw the gaps. He saw those little, avenues for creating something and so on, and he exploited that. And he did his own reading, his own research. Be observant, be vigilant, notice where the gaps are, and try to see how you can, make your way into filling those gaps.
The same problem you're having, other people are having. You found a solution for you. That solution could work for other people.
Exactly.
Turn it into a business.
Exactly. Well, we are practically out of time, so I just wanted to invite everyone to give a few words to wrap up. So we'll start with you, Capo, since you were the last to come in.
All right, this I'll put it. Don't be discouraged. If you have an idea to do something, just go out and do it. Look at me. Started from basically nothing. Started from, how to put it, I didn't know to use a camera. Now I developed my skill, and now I have about 5 different cameras right now operating. So if you have interest in something, go out and do it. Don't be discouraged. Nobody stopping you is you. So just go out and do it, and make sure you log on to Facebook and like the page Skin Food Network, and also follow my film that I'm currently shooting, Between Thorns, which is due in theaters next year.
Wow.
Fantastic.
which is also being supported by the Ministry of Tourism.
Yeah.
In your wrap up. Okay, thank you, and I want to congratulate you on that initiative.
Yes.
Let's go to you, Tikoya.
Well, what I basically have to say is to come on out to Palm Square Gardens and try out our menu that we have offering for Restaurant Week. Come and excite your taste buds.
Okay, Anastasia.
I would say it's similar to Nigel here. As a young person, we tend to sit back and say, "Oh, we can't do this or we can't do that. We don't have enough money. There's no help." I say, create your own opportunities. Start. Pick a point and start. You don't have to have a lot of money. I started with $100 and 2 cake pans, and I just created a flyer and put it on Facebook and go from there. So you don't need to have a lot of money behind you. You just need to be able to be willing to put yourself out there. I find fear a lot keeps us back. We're afraid to go out to an event and showcase our products because nobody don't buy, locals don't buy. Yes, they do buy, but they need to know that you have it available. So you need to put yourself and your products out there. Don't be afraid. So as the medicine know is no. Start again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Eventually they get fed up to say no and they circle and buy it. So just be willing to keep pushing, to not because you made a wall, you're gonna stop. Break the wall.
And I like that. My grandmother used to say, no is the first step to a yes.
Yes.
So
I will turn a no into a yes. Always. So just keep dreaming, keep pushing for what you want to do. If you have an idea, start it. Follow my page on Facebook, Sweet Little Things in Yaffine. And if you need any help or motivation, feel free to ask me. I'm always pushing people, so my friends can tell you I'm always behind them.
okay, Kathleen.
Well, along those same lines of, young people looking for careers, and I can completely relate. I'm an attorney. I was practicing law, and, there's no, it seems like a big decision. What do I want to do? And also, I think we have this traditional way of thinking about jobs, and we need to be hired somewhere in a traditional company or something. Along the same lines of what's been said, it's a really small world too. I know it is a small island federation as well, and sometimes I think people may get discouraged that, that you wouldn't be able to get the kind of exposure because maybe the market hasn't been so friendly here, or you haven't been able to take your products to the next level that, would take you world class. But I would say, there are lots of mentors out there and, possible contacts for you.
Social media.
And social media, the internet.
And the Caribbean is, 43 million people? That's much bigger than just St. Kitts, and that is your market.
Yes.
You don't have to just be St. Kitts, your Caribbean, it's your yard. Use it.
And, in terms of finding folks that I think we have a tendency to think, I couldn't possibly contact, that business leader or, artist or on Twitter and, Instagram even and other social media. You're just really an email or a message away in some ways, and it can be a long shot. But you were just, Anastasia, had the fortune to go to Silicon Valley for this summit, and you were speaking with some of the more known entrepreneurs in the world, right? And maybe that isn't going to be on the next step on the agenda for everybody, but just contact potential mentors out there if you want somebody's advice on something. People would be a lot more willing than you might think, whether it's on St. Kitts or somewhere else in the region or even, abroad, internationally, the States or Europe. Just drop a line, really. It's a much smaller world, and people would be more than willing, I think, to listen and give advice. And who knows, maybe that next person that you contact could help connect you to someone else. Maybe they can't help, but just keep pushing to make those contacts. And also check out the Restaurant Week Facebook page and www.restaurantweek.kn. Find the restaurants, dine out as much as possible. Don't just, try some new places. And, but this is a much bigger conversation as we know. But, we look forward to seeing everybody getting out and enjoying, there's so much talent here. And I've just been blown away by, the world-class products, services, tourism assets just that you're blessed with here. And, anybody would be willing to listen and I think connect with you standout people. I am totally humbled. I mean, that is really...
Okay. On that note, Mrs. Morton, you have
Well,
the final word this
I'll
afternoon.
kind of begin where Kathleen ended. The whole idea, we're here for Restaurant Week, the 13th to the 24th. I'd like to encourage all who are listening to get the word out to those who may not have had an opportunity to listen this afternoon, to make sure that we all participate in Restaurant Week. There are so many different price points, so there's no excuse. You can, as you said, the fine dining, right down to the man on the street who has his little eatery, his little establishment, trying to make a living. We must be able to find somewhere where at least twice, and for some of us we can do it a little more than that, we would be able to make sure that we patronize, these people who have been working so hard. That is what Restaurant Week is all about, celebrating our creativity, our food, our people, our chefs, our farmers, all of those persons who contribute to making sure that we are able to feed ourselves and we're able to feed our guests. And so I want to say thanks to Kathleen and all of those persons who are here this afternoon. And also thank you to all of the persons at the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry and Departments of Agriculture, all of those persons who have been working with us to make sure that we have a successful Restaurant Week 2016. And I have no doubt that it is going to be a very successful Restaurant Week. It has already started on a very successful and very positive note, and I know we are going to end in the same way. So thank you very much for having us this afternoon, and all the best. Make sure you all go on out and have a fantastic time eating. You could always exercise and get rid of that extra 10
Well, we are out of time, so I just want to thank everybody for listening, and I want to thank my guest this afternoon for coming here and being on Working For You. This show has been quite exciting and quite uplifting because we have been able to see how the Ministry of Tourism is partnering with young people, and not just young people but people in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and providing opportunities for everyone, because you often hear people say, oh, you can't find any opportunities in St. Kitts, but we know from this afternoon that is not so. So I too would like to encourage everyone to go out and partake of all the scrumptious meals that are available at the 40 restaurants, right?
The Federation.
The 40 restaurants in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis during Restaurant Week, July 13th to 24th. See you next week.
Ready for Restaurant Week. It's that time of the year again for St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week. Save the date, July 13th through the 24th, 2016, for the second annual St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week. Restaurants across St. Kitts and Nevis will offer special menus at discount prices every day, July 13th through the 24th. Visit the Restaurant Week website, www.restaurantweek.kn. Check out which restaurants are participating and make reservations to dine out as much as you can, July 13th through the 24th. Restaurant Week, got the time for sure. Working for you.
a weekly talk radio program which highlights developments of national interest and the activities of your St. Kitts Nevis government. Join host Roy Williams as he presents news, views, reports, and interviews about everything regarding the activities of the Team Unity government and the building of our communities and the development of St. Kitts Nevis. Tune in and call in to interact with your government and share your views regarding the upward forward development of your community and our beautiful Twin Island Federation. Working for you ears weekly, every Wednesday live from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. on ZIZ Radio, Win FM, and Sugar City FM with rebroadcast on participating stations. Working for you.